For the third day in a row, I'll be doing a 14er. In fact, I'll be doing two. Torreys and Grays Peak. Very close together. So that's what I'll be doing today. I was thinking of parking here, Loveland Pass, and then actually doing a few 13ers, and then it was going to be a little bit too long, and apparently the hike up from Grizzly Peak to Torreys Peak was quite long and had a lot of scurry on it. Anyway, quite a few people here. And the drive up was, the road up was not the best. Here's a better map. So there's a little bit of a loop here. So Torreys Peak 14267, Grays Peak 14270, almost identical. Okay, let's get going. It's almost started the above the tree line, not quite. It's above 11,000 feet. Really nice ridge, yeah. And a plane. I wonder if you could walk along this ridge. Anyway. I'm assuming it's somewhere over there. First sign of Grays and Torreys Peak. I am assuming that's in Grays and Torreys Peak because they're close together and they're fairly high. And we're moving in that direction. Whew. I would like the sun right now. Don't have my windbreaker on, which is my... Ooh, you're cold. Put this on. Not that cold. I'm going to try out some other gloves today because my gloves I have on now, I've been double dipping, and yesterday when I got at the top of Quandary Peak, my hands were the coldest part of my body. So I'm going to actually put on my snow gloves. Yes, I have snow gloves from 12 years ago. Anyway, bit of a, almost like a bowl here, like a basin almost. Here we are, 1.5 kilometers in. We've hit the sun, and you can see exactly what we're heading for. Whew. Anyway, glad I didn't put a fourth layer on, because with the sun, nice and warm. Even my hands are nice now. Anyway, so it's been a nice, gentle trail so far. Elevation gain 650 feet, so still a long way to go, as you can tell. It does look like it might need microspikes though, based off what we can see there. I'm trying to think if that'll be Grays, or is that Grays? I don't know. Anyway, does look like you need microspikes. Fair bit of snow up there. That was one good thing about Quandary Peak. There was no snow. It's marvellous. So 2.5 kilometres in, this has been like the gentlest hike ever. Well, I shouldn't say that. We've gone up almost 1,000 feet. This is the first time I've seen an official sign mentioning cans or stone structures to mark the trail. Here you are here. Okay. So the views are pretty good from here. Had a few people going down there for sunrise. So I can see, oh yeah, I can see the trail go up. You can see little zigzags. So that's Grays, that's Torreys. Torreys looks higher. Now there's also a way to get up via Kelso Ridge, and that's Kelso Ridge. I am not doing that. Class 3, I believe. Maybe another day. What an absolutely stunning day. And we're getting to the point where I've put my microspikes on. There we go. Oh, it's so wonderful having microspikes on. If I was trying to do this without microspikes, I'd be slipping and sliding. Anyway, Torreys. So I just got a bit of an update from someone who went up to Grays, who went along the ridge, he bailed because it got really windy. So there's another trail down from up there. So the trail goes up to Greys, then you go along the ridge, and there's another trail down from the saddle. And I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 people up there. So I've overtaken quite a few people. In fact, I can see them coming up now. And quite a few people going down. You need the marker spikes. And most have said Greys is fine, but the wind is wild when you get this saddle. So it looks like none of them are getting to Torreys, which is there. Okay. But who cares, the views are amazing. Just going to show you the amazingness of marker spikes. So we've got a steep uphill bit here, lots of ice. If I was coming here without marker spikes, I might go along the rocks there. In fact, I would. That's the only option. But with marker spikes, just watch this. It's fairly steep. Without marker spikes, I'll be slipping and sliding. It just makes it so much easier. I just don't like putting them on and taking them off. You probably could do that. You could have done that section without marker spikes, but it's just a bitch. Look at the views. Torreys. Greys. I don't know what Greys is. Okay, Greys Peak this way. Grey Torreys connected. So originally I was going to go up here to Greys first, and then go to Torreys and then come back this way. People have said it is quite narrow, this one, and it does look like you do need marker spikes there down. But it's going to be interesting to see what it's like with the wind. Now if I just get to Greys, that'll be okay. I'm not going to complain about that. How can you complain? So let's go this way. No wind. Greys. Torreys. Views down. You can actually see where we started. Well, not the parking lot, but wonderful. To be honest with you, I do like this hike. Not sure if it's because I'm just trudging through snow, which makes it easier instead of rock. I prefer to move through snow than rock. I don't know. Spectacular! I can see a few people near the saddle. Haven't seen anyone up Torreys Peak just yet. Greys Peak's not up there. We're at 13,800 feet, so we're nearly there. 400 feet to go. Hi, we're at 14,267 feet. The peak, I'm assuming, is right there. So let's record my summit. Thank you, Microspikes. The hero of the day. Where's the peak? Is it that way? Or that way? We're going to assume it's this way. This is the peak, right?
What's up?
This is the peak?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a sign or anything?
I've got one in my bag.
No, I don't need that. Oh yeah. Just under 3 hours.
Nice work. Cruised.
Oh my god. Eric!
Yeah?
Oh my god.
From what?
We were friends back in school. Remember you owe me $5,000?
What?
You owe me $5,000. Oh, no, I knew your name because Brad and Travis told me.
Oh my gosh.
Eric's a hell of a... Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, because...
I don't think I owed you.
They actually, I met some guys going down, and the guys knew their name, and they told me their name, and they were, how'd you know? Did we meet you earlier? What? Yeah, they said, oh, we got a friend with a grey jacket who's just spit ahead, and without marker spikes.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Going down, I'll put some on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your friends are slow.
Yeah, they're taking me back. I'm like.
Breeze Peak. Torreys, and the wind is not stopping. It was calm for a second, and all of a sudden the wind just picked up. And try Torreys, doesn't look like you do need what do you call them? Spikes. Wait and see. Actually, I don't have to wait and see. I don't need spikes. But I am keeping my focus on going down here. Definitely. So I'm going to take all my spikes off. And the wind has been fine. Everyone was saying, oh, it's so windy. Yeah, the wind has been fine. But which way do we go? That way. Okay, I went the wrong way. Came down there. And the trail was there. So I was up the top there and I saw this and I went the wrong way. There's no point turning back. But it was really steep. So it took ages. Anyway, onwards. There's no wind here. Still steep though. Whew. Okay, so we're at the back. We're at the point where when I come down to the Torreys, I'll go down this way instead of going back. Because why would you want to do that? Anyway, in fact, you can see the trail. And from now on, it's so free. You can see going up. Okay, we're at the saddle. At the saddle. Between Torreys and Greys. And if there wasn't any wind, this would be the place. So there is wind, but when everyone's saying it's so windy, I thought they meant you couldn't stand up, sort of wind. Anyway, onwards. Here we are, Torreys Peak. Second 14er of the day. Here we go. You know you get the summit when you got 360 degrees. Spectacular! Sorry, I'm sessioning, but anyway. There is no wind. As I look back towards Torreys. Yeah, this trail's fine. Got my micro spikes back on. If I didn't have them on, I'd be a little bit worried. Although there's not as much ice here. Anyway, what a wonderful day. Look at that. No wind here at all. And some deep snow. Let's go through this. No worries. There have been people who have been going through this without spikes. Don't know how they can do it. Okay, where does these two trails meet? It looks like down there. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, back to the junction. Just going down the connector. And how long before I have to, or can I take my spikes off? I almost could take them off here, but I might just wait. I've regretted that in the past, taking them off too early. So we'll just wait. So I look back towards Torreys Peak. I can see all the switchbacks. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, about 2 kilometers to go. And this ends Fortina numbers 3 and 4, Greys and Torreys. Pretty good hike. I liked it. It was long actually, 6 hours and 15 minutes, a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. Now I did talk to a few people, quite a few people. So that added to, and I put on spikes and off spikes, so that did actually add up. Found the hike fairly easy, nice and easy. and 13 kilometers. So you can see 6 hours 15 minutes for 13 kilometers. So at one point going quite slowly, which sort of makes sense. Anyway, not as many cars at the parking lot because I did pass quite a few people coming down when I was going up, and now we have to drive 3 miles on a terrible dirt road like this. Fun times. And I'm going to eat something really big when I get back because I haven't eaten anything since breakfast.